Flosstube, it's Nerissa from Nerissa's Stitching Lifestyle. Welcome. Thank you so much if you're a new viewer and you're checking me out for the first time. Thank you to all my subscribers who have been popping in and subscribing. To my ones that have been there right from the start, thank you. It is almost a year. Oh, December 25 last year was when I started. So yes, if it's not Christmas Day, maybe not Boxing Day because I've got to work that one this year, but one of those two, there will be a yearly Flosstube anniversary, and I think I will possibly do a giveaway for that one. I don't do them in general, but I do have a couple of things up my sleeve that I'm working on, so hopefully if all falls in place, that will be when they're done. So yes, thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you for the encouragement, the comments. I know sometimes I'm a little bit slow at getting back to you, and I apologize for that. Sometimes it doesn't want to feed it through to my email, and I don't understand why, when I'll get a group before and a group after, and there might be one in the middle that's stuck, and then it takes a little while for me to find where I've missed them when I go back through on the computer rather than on my phone to find them. But thank you everybody. I'm really enjoying doing this. I hope you guys are enjoying seeing my crazy stitching. I do like to stitch a variety, but samplers and Christmas stitching is yours. Kitty, behave. Sorry, I have Kitty at my feet, so let me bring him up for a cuddle. Hold on. Oh, sorry about that. You see the bald spot on my head? This is Kitty. She is a little bit of a rat bag. We've met her before, but she thinks that because I'm home today, which is actually Monday the 20th of November, that she can climb all over me, climb all over the stitching, and just wants some love, and that's okay. We'll get through it, won't we, Kitty? But can we leave the camera alone, please? Sorry. It's on a tripod, and she just thinks it's a great scratching post. Where you go? Shush. Go. Don't be a naughty girl. Okay. It may get knocked, and I do apologise if she does several times. Alright, so I know I've got cat fur on my face. Alright, so as you can see behind me, I have started decorating for Christmas. And when I say started, I've only just started. So my Prairie Schooler Santa tree, or my Santa tree, it's not just all stitching, is up. There's I will insert some photos probably just after we finish talking about it, or in here now, of what it looks like. I'm still working on the treetop part, so hence why you can't see it, but we're getting there. So my Prairie Schoolers, these are at this stage on the tree. It is general Santa ornaments that I love, and my Prairie Schoolers, the yearly ones. So I started stitching these years ago, and I have, sneak peek, I have finished the last two, stitching them anyway, and you'll see that this time round. One I lost and couldn't find it, and so I've restitched it, and this year's one. So stitched on 18 count Ada that I dyed myself many years ago. I just bought a yard of it, meter of it, and just dyed the whole lot. So it's got Rit dye, browns and tans. I can't think what other colour I used. It's got coffee, it's got tea dye. It's a real mix. To kind of give it a bit of a grungy look. I didn't want it too grungy, but I do love how they've turned out. So they are all finished. My yellow ones are all finished using the ticking, which, lucky for me, where I work at Spotlight, we used to have this ticking all the time, and lucky I had bought 3 meters of it, so it's worked out really great for my finishing. But yeah, unfortunately we don't do the red. I don't know why. We've asked the buyers to try and get it, and hopefully they'll get some more in, because it is lovely with the, especially with the old-fashioned colours of Prairie School. I love them. So yes, all finished into cushions. Some are a little bit smaller than the others, some are a bit thinner. just with a ribbon and button. Now I do use Vonna the Twisted Stitches. She is my finishing idol. Let me just say that. I love watching her videos. We haven't had one for a while, Vonna. Please. But I do love watching her tutorials. I love following her tutorials whenever I'm going to do any finishing. Even though I've done them many, many times before, you always forget one step if you don't sort of replay it over again. Only because, and I'll show you later why, I have to rewatch because I kind of tend to procrastinate on the actual final finishing. But yes, they are all done, ready to go. Love them. So thank you, Vonna. I do recommend following her tutorial videos, even her blog. Her written instructions are amazing. They are so great. So we'll pop him back on the tree. I will insert some photos. If it's not in through the video, I'll try and do that at the end of my Prairie Schooler tree. Otherwise, I will do that in the next episode, which will be mostly, I would say, about Christmas, because it is the season. It's the holiday season. In America, you've got Thanksgiving coming up. We don't celebrate that here in New Zealand. But we do love your Black Friday sales, and that is coming up at the end of the week, next week. One of the two, near the end of the month. Let's stop procrastinating, eh? What do we got? Right, so I have been to the Framers. Gone and seen Karen and Tanya at Art and Frame. Sorry, I can just feel a cat fur in my eye. And I picked up, now, the glare is going to be the problem on this one, I think, today. Picked up the Rose Wreath sampler. And I do apologise for the glare. It's overcast outside, but I've got the curtains open because there's just not enough natural light otherwise. And there she is. She is all back from the framer. I'll try and go back a little bit further. Maybe there's probably as good as we're going to get. I have posted on Instagram, and I have posted on my Facebook page, and I have posted it on our sampler years as well. So, for those that don't know, Gigi, this is by Gigi. Happy birthday, Gigi, for this month. This is stitched on 40 count antique by Zweig Art, which I think in America is called, oh no, it skipped my brain now. Not country cottage, country something, country mocha or something like that. Similar. It's very similar to that because I have had that before as well. 40 count using the cold 4, that's a bit better, isn't it? Cold 4 threads, which is a mix of Classic Colourworks, Wheat Style Works and DMC. There's only 2 I couldn't get, so they're in the DMC. But I do love how this has turned out. Oh gosh, yes, it's hard to film with it in the frame. This I did change in the middle here. I've still put the stitcher's name, the young lady that did originally stitch this back in, 1840, I think it's 1841. And then I've put my name and this year, because that's when I completed it. But yes, I am kind of sad to have it finished. But I'll do a bit of rearranging and she'll be up here somewhere. So you'll see her in the next Flosstube. On the wall, possibly. Alright, so she's my fully finished. My only fully finished at the moment, which is really sad. Okay, we're just going to flick the sides just a little wee bit because the rest of it is right here. So, like, I have been really busy at work and in my personal life, so I haven't had a lot of stitching time. But when I actually started collating everything together that I'd stitched, I have stitched a lot, and I'm quite surprised. So, we're just going to, they're all in my basket here, and they will end up all in the washing basket. I do have a serious idea of the washing baskets. I need to get a couple, because it does make it a little bit easier. Right, so the first whip that I worked on, not necessarily in order, let's just say that. Okay, but the one that I am working on, or trying to get finished at the moment, is by Little House Needleworks, Kringles. So I've been stitching this oh my gosh, on and off for over a year. I think I started just before Christmas last year. I did bring a board. Ooh. So this one here she's almost done. Like, really is almost done. Right. So we've made a lot of progress on here. I am currently at the moment, I've got a thread up here and I've finished in there and I'm just doing this last bit of the fencing, I guess you'd call it, up on the roof. Okay. Right, I didn't bring my quick clips. A bit disorganized today, aren't I? So I've been working kind of colour finishes, I guess you would say. So still got to do in here to finish the clock off. She's finished. Almost finished. Finished. About 3/4 of the way through, so we've still got to do all the bits along the top here. And a little bit in here. Now it is stitched. It is quite hard to see, but in person you can see it. That's a pretty good shot there, all that. I still got to finish the last of the bits of the sign, which is just filling in, so I'm in no hurry to really get that done. There's some red and green to go in along here. Got to do the French knots. All finished. And French knots, and I think I've still got to do in here the chandelier, and yeah, French knots, and she'll be done. So she'll definitely be done by the time we get to Christmas. She shouldn't take that much longer, but I think it just frustrates me a little wee bit at the moment because it's down to, you know, 3 stitches of this and then you stop and then you're another color, and I just find that a little bit frustrating. It's my fault. I left all of that to the end, but we'll get through it. So that's Kringles. Not quite a finish, but definitely will be finished soon. Okay. So I'm just honest, I'm just pulling them out of the order that they're in my little basket here. So my next one, with Christmas coming, and I work in retail, so we sell Christmas products. We've had Christmas for the last couple of months. So for me, Christmas, I've already been in the Christmas mood, and I've been working on ornaments. So this one is Peace, which was from Teresa Kogut's Patreon. This was the November 2022 ornament. It's a beautiful little wee dove. Done on the black. So I'll just pop that there. And here he is here. Called for DMC colours. It's one thing I do like about Teresa. She always uses mostly DMC, which means that anyone can stitch them. Beautiful. So that's another ornament to go on my tree, on my main tree. So this one will only ever have Santas or Prairie Schooler Santas. My other tree has all my other stitching and some other ornaments, but mostly stitching. Okay, so that's a finish. Just needs to be fully finished. Let's put that in the pile over there so that it starts to be fully finished. Okay, another one that I worked on and finished is another Teresa Kogut, Mr. Claus. Now, I stitched this last year for one of the ornament exchanges that I did, and I never got around to stitching it for myself. So I thought, when I started Christmas in July this year, I thought, right, I am definitely going to be stitching Mr. Claus because I loved how it came out. Sorry, just going to pull them out of the, oops, I don't want to lose all the bits. So this is him finished being stitched. He is gorgeous. Called for DMCs. This one is on the 40 count antique. So this, I actually used a scrap from the bottom of the Gigi. But I am going to finish it with this fabric for on the back and make it into a round ornament. Because I think it brings out the stars. I did that with last year's one, and it just brings out the stars. And then I'll do my cording and stuff. Following Vonna's tutorials. Okay, so another finish. Okay, and then next in line. Whoops, hold on, I'm gonna lose some bits in a second. Rightio, so then I've pulled out, not just Christmas, I have worked on other things. One of the little samplers that I want to get finished this year, because it's been hanging around for a while. So, In All Things Be Exceedingly Diligent by Needlework Press. I've done the other one, which was, oh my gosh. As soon as you say it, you can't remember what they are. It's a serious Flosstube thing. No. Blank. Feel like it could be the story of my life today. Okay, so it's my little board. So we've even got threads hanging out on this one. Hold on, we'll just move the needle just a tiny bit. Okay. So this time round, I worked on these two alphabets at the top here. I had them slightly started and I can't remember exactly how far along, but I have pretty much, I think, yep, I've made it all the way across here to the end with the lower, well, the smaller size ones of the dark blue. It's navy, it's gorgeous. And working on that top alphabet, and then I've just got to, this here gets repeated over here, being filled in, another little motif there, and then I've got the, pretty much the sampler part of it left to go, all the fun motifs in there at the bottom. So yes, I am trying to get this one finished by the end of the year. Same as Kringles. So the two goals are to have those two finished. I did have some other really big goals on some of my samplers, and I've just had to say, realistically, I'm not getting the time at the moment, so let's aim for a couple, and if we get more done, that's great. But these are the two I want finished. Kringles and All Things Exceedingly Diligent. 40 count DMC threads. Right, so then, the first of Prairie Schooler Santas that I finished. Oh, I haven't. I just realised. I haven't put the words on. Scratch that, still a whip. That's okay. I'll finish that tonight. Because I really wanted to come on to finish these this weekend. I want to fully finish them. Oh, how did I miss that? I was so busy concentrating on getting this part finished and finishing off the last snowflakes down here that I forgot about it. See, happens to all of us. Rightio, so a whip. Let's put him in the whip basket, not in the finished basket. Alright, so then my one that I couldn't find was this guy here. And I had him on cardstock. He's obviously tucked in something. And I don't know what I've done with him. So I had to buy the reprint version. And he's the 1985 centre. But they're all gorgeous. When you see them all together on a tree, they make the tree. I believe, anyway. And I love having them. So, finished. Needs to be fully finished. Seriously, do have a piece of catfish stuck in my eye. Righty ho. So, another one that I've worked on, and I'll be working on these, oh my gosh, throughout the year, and that is Eric and Michael's The 12 Berries of Christmas. So I've done 1 to 7 fully stitched, not fully put together yet. I don't want to put them together until they're all stitched. I kind of get a bit like that when it comes to a full series, apart from like yearly ones. So then I have done a little bit on number 8. Not a lot, like seriously, it was like an hour and a half. But I did stitch the two ladies up here, the pink and the purpley one, and then I've brought the green down. So it's not a lot, but it is on 40 count. And it was stitching without my magnifier, so it is a little bit slower because this was in the car stitching. But love how these are coming together. I seriously need to get these finished. Maybe this should be another goal. Let's put that in with the to be finished concentration. Okay, let's move away from some Prairie Schoolers because I've got a pile of those here. But another one that I've stitched on with my monthly get together with my ladies online is Isabella Uffindell. Anne is up here. She is all finished. So here is Isabella. Right, so I have backwards forwards gone all the way around and done the base border, and now I'm filling in. But this time round, this is where I've been working on, is across the border. So last month I did the dark color, and I only stitch on this on the evening that we have our Zoom to get together. So it's only normally from about 6 o'clock till 9:30, 10. So it's not a lot of time, and there's a lot of yakking goes on there and a lot of not stitching. But in between I do get some done. So the dark brown last month, this month's one was the lighter green. And hopefully I can, there's two things I can do. The next one I can either fill in, because it's all one more green that fills in between both of those, or I can start on the trees and the animals and all that on this first round, because I don't want to put the birds are on the trees anyway, but I don't want to put a lot of this loose stuff in until I've got my definite heights of my trees and my birds. So I'm thinking more along the lines of, let's get the 2 animals done at the end, then we'll work on the 2 trees, and we're just going to work our way into that middle. Or I could start at the middle and work my way out. I haven't decided really, but that's where I'm concentrating on. And while I'm doing that, you know, I bring another little cup, I put a thread in each side of the border and I work through that, and if it's a colour flower, it's a colour flower. If it's not, it's not. Just keep the border going. But do love Isabella. 36 count using DMC threads. So that is what I stitched Anne on as well. For those that haven't been following that process. And we still have Wreath in here, but she's kitted, just not going to be started stitching yet. So that's Isabella. Okay, so let's just have a little look-see. Rightio. So another little finish that I have done, and I do love the section with the housewives, Priscilla and Chelsea. I do love her little wee ornaments. Now, I stitched most of these last year that go in with the holidays with the housewives series, and I just had this one left to do. I'd done the outline of the truck, the little girl in the house, and I just had to do all the other little bits. Oh, gingerbread, shouldn't say little girl, the gingerbread. So I filled in the truck, so she's all finished now, and now I can frame or make my ornaments. I think I'm going to make these into ornaments to go on the tree. But yeah, gorgeous. Just done on, this one is done on 18 count, Ada. And using the DMC threads. I don't worry about so much the fancy threads when it's my ornaments, because they don't come out for very long. So that's over to the finishing rather large box. Okay. Let's have a look. Sorry, there's a few here, but there's a few I kind of want to leave to the end. So let's do the next one. Alright, so to add to my Prairie Schooler Christmas tree, I have stitched a Merry Mini Surprise Prairie Schoolers. And these are gorgeous. Surprisingly, there's actually quite a bit of stitching in these. And if we open it up, here they all are. So there's the first 6. This is on, let me just have a little look-see, 36 count. And if I remember right, and I haven't got it with me, it is a fox and rabbit. No, can't remember off the top of my head. It's in the other bag over there, but that's all right. So using all the called for DMCs, the only thing I did was instead of doing like here, I've done them as a dark moustache rather than as a rosy pink, and I stitched that and I didn't like it, so I did change that and just use the darker brown. That's 6, and there is the other 3 at the bottom there. So then it will look quite neat. Just because they're so much smaller, they'll look quite good randomly through the tree with the bigger ones. So that is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more little ornaments that need to be finished. I am thinking along the lines of making them into the little tag ornaments that Vonna does as well. Only because I've wanted to do them for a while, and I think the tag ornaments with these guys will look quite neat. I'm going to try one, see how it goes, and if I don't like it, I'll change my mind and finish them a different way. But that's the aim, that's the plan. So yeah, so another 8 Christmas ornaments to be finished. Right, so then I was like, well, now what am I going to stitch? And I have to have Prairie Schoolers going. I've got some of the other, I've got pretty much all of the Prairie Schooler booklets, especially all the Christmas ones. But I thought, I have a couple plans in place in my head. Let's hope they come to fruition. For Christmas next year. I know, we haven't even had it this year. But for what I want to stitch for Christmas next year. For how I want to display it, etc. I live in a small house. And I don't have a lot of space. Like I have, at the moment, 2 7-foot trees up in my living room. 1, and number 2 over here. I can't fit any bigger trees because there's just not enough floor space. You know, I'd be climbing through a tree to get to my couch or to the kitchen. And that's not going to work practicality for 2 to 3 months period of time. I have trees in each of the 2 bedrooms. But my 2 stitchy trees are out here, and I've got plans for the bookshelf, and that's where the next year's stitching is mostly going to come in. It will have some on it this year, but what I want to finish next year is going to be up on there. So I have started, after all that waffling, the Prairie Schooler Christmas trees. I love these. I think they're so cute. And in one of my boxes of finishing bits and pieces that I've collected, picked up from places, I have got little pots like these. And I can't remember if they're black or grey. I had a quick look out in my garage, which is, you know, my storage shed. And I can't find them at the moment. But I know they're there. Whether I have enough to do them, to do all of them like that, I do not know. We will see. But I started with this one. Now I am stitching it using the DMC. And I am stitching it on 40 count. So we're about 3/4 of the way through the tree. Just over half, because I mean, you know, we've got the big bottom here to go on the other side. Nice easy stitch though. And this is on hand-dyed fabric from Country Stitch. Now Country Stitch is in New Zealand. Catherine does a lot of beautiful hand-dyed fabrics, and I will be seeing Catherine in a couple of weeks when I'm up in Wellington for a stitchy get together. Fancy that. Now this one does say it's Pippi, but I have a funny feeling it might be mislabeled because on the website Pippi is a natural brown, not the green. So I am going to take this with me to Catherine's because I would like another piece. This piece is 19.7 inches by 13.8. So it's not a big piece. Oops, let's catch the pin. It's only that big. But of course there's 2 lots of Christmas trees. So this lot was 6, 7, what do we got? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Christmas trees to go on it. Yes, they're not very big. But I don't think I'm going to get all 7 in there somehow. We'll try. But there's another Christmas trees too. And I want to stitch them as well. So I think it's about 16 or 18 Christmas trees. Prairie Schooler ones that will be coming up in my stitching for next year. And this one has a super duper fancy project bag, as you can see. When I get time to sew, I will make some more Christmas project bags. But yeah, loving doing that. Nice and easy. I like to stitch a lot of my Christmas ornaments in the morning before I go to work. And when I say that, some mornings I start at 7:30. So I might, it might be 10 minutes of stitching. Some mornings I'm on the other shift and I don't start work till 10:30. So the other ones where I can get a couple of hours in of good stitching. Sometimes I'll do an ornament for an hour and then I'll switch to something else. Okay, next one I pulled out was Maria Vincella Lariccha, I think it is, 1837, from Hands Across the Sea samplers. I love this one and I can't wait to have this stitched, because when this one is stitched and finished, I am starting the Harriet Salts, or the big red samplers. I'm not too worried about the little ones at this stage, but the big red ones. So this one is being stitched on, get it all unfolded. Where are we going? This way. If we fold it in half, we might just get the right colour. Yeah, it's called antique lace. This is on 46 count, and this is from Number 12 Stitch Co. on Etsy. Love Nicola's fabrics as well. I must place an order, Nicola, before Christmas for some more. But love this. This is coming along so nice. So this time around, I've stitched along the bottom here and finished off this one, and halfway through this part of the border at the bottom. And then I just run my stitches from the bottom up, just to make sure that I'm reasonably matched. Because there's a lot of space in this, so it doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but I needed it to be the right number of lengths, so that's been done. Stitching here with Silks for You. What are we? PR something? No, PB 034, which is this beautiful red. And it's lovely. It's stitching up so beautiful. Yeah, I just can't get that to come out as the greeny colour it needs to. That's okay. But beautiful. So yes, got a couple of little sections in on that. So progress. Happy with that. We'll pop them away. But yes, big goals for some more red stitching. As you know, I'm a huge Hands Across the Sea fan. If I could, I would stitch all of them. Money and time does not forbade that at the moment. Let me see. So the next, no, let's do this one first. Okay, so I have been stitching on a few little stockings, and they are the ones from Home from the Holidays by Blackbird Designs. So I have done the one at the bottom here, ABCD, And I am up to, it's kind of hard to tell, this one here, the GHI. This is where we are. Stitching on 40 count Bramble from R&R. I love how this is turning out too. So they're not overly big. Like that's, you know, that's the size of my hand. They're not much taller really. Space my hand out from top to bottom palm. And that's on 40 count. So don't want them too big, not these ones. But yes, so stocking number 2 is on its way. And that is called My Heart Is Home by Blackbird Designs. And here we are, here. Nice clear picture of it. I am using just the DMC on these ones, and the reason why is because it's Christmas stitching. As you can see, there's not a lot of stitching in them, but they're just one of those ones I pick up every now and then and work my way through. So no hurry for those. They're really in next year's goals to be done and completed. I have started another Christmas series. I think I have a Christmas problem, but that's okay. But like the samplers, you've got to just keep going, don't you? Now, I've had these for an absolute long time. And I mean years. And hands-on designs. The 12 days. Christmas. The swans, the dancers, the ladies and the lords, the pipers and the drummers. I do like Kathy's Christmas designs. I have another series I also want to start from hers, but I'll show you that in future video because at the moment that's not happening. So here we are. What am I stitching it on? Let me just find my little piece of paper. Dropped it back in there. Weeks Die Works 36 count Aztec Red. And we have finished number 1, the partridge. I have 3/4 of the way through number 2, the doves. So literally just the doves to go. And I think that's it. I think that was pretty much that one. Yep. I've done the words for hens and have started on, what's number 4? Birds. And literally just started. So rather than, it's like you start stitching and you finish that letter and it's like, that's that ornament. Rather than just packing up that thread, I just move along and start the next ornament. So hence why you get, started but nothing else. But also if I space out all the wording, I know that all of my ornaments are going to fit on. And I'm pretty sure they will. Here's one big piece. So they'll be all good. No hurry to get these finished. But if it happens this year, it happens this year. If not, it's another 12 ornaments for the tree next year. Because you can't have them take too long to get done. Here's my DMC colours. Now I did darken up. It does call for 355. But that actually pretty much perfectly matches the fabric. And it just doesn't show up. So I have gone to 3777 for the berries and stuff. Which when you look up close you can see the berries now. Before when I did it with the other one you couldn't see the berries. But yes. So hopefully, maybe next session doves will be finished. And then I'll get partway through hens. And we'll just keep working through them. So yes, loving stitching those. Thank you, Kathy. Looking forward to working on those completely. Let me just make sure. And of course, excellent project bag. Alright, so my last, just drop this other piece in there, otherwise I'll lose that. Okay, so my last one went to the Christchurch get together stitches Sunday, which happens like once a month. Normally I'm working, so I don't get to go very often. It's just the way it works out, and that's fine. But I did was talking to Susie there, and we stitched a lot of the same samplers and stuff. So we were talking about Christmas stitching. She was doing some, I was working on the little mini Santas. But we're talking about what we've got started, what we haven't, what we want to start. So I already have Stacey Nash Christmas at Hollyberry Farm started, and I had done 5 of the green across the top here. So I pulled it out the other day when I got home. Susie, hope you started. And I have now 3, 4, 5. I've got one more here, and I've started coming down the side, and then this part here is the it's like the flags. Oh gosh, that photo is terrible glare, isn't it? Sorry about that, guys. Across the top here, and it is like little flags, if you like. It's just the divider line, and then into the ABCs. Would like to really get a good chunk of this done for this Christmas. If finished, that would be great, but if not, let's get what we can, you know. Sometimes the good old plans just don't fall into place. But yes, Stacey Nash Christmas at Hollyberry Farm. Can't wait to have that stitched. 40 count DMC threads, and by the look of it, it's one that, yes, I have dyed myself. Just using, I think this was Rit Caramel, which you used to be able to get in the little sachets. And I don't know if I can get it in the dye, because, oh my gosh, I love that for samplers. I need to have a look around and see if I can get some more of it. I know we don't sell that one anymore at work, so can't get that from work. Okay, so that, sorry, laying down the road, that is all of my works that I worked on. So yes, I was quite surprised at what I had got done, and where I'd kind of I didn't think I'd done so much, but actually I've done quite a bit on quite a few things. I mean, I do have 1, 2, 3, what are those, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 finishes. There is a small handful of gift exchanges that I've stitched on as well that I haven't shown you, because I can't show them. I don't want the recipients to see them until they've received them. So I will take photos of those, and I will add them into the next video, or I may even make a little video of all of them, and then once they've all been gifted out, then I will put them onto a later video. Okay, sorry, my mind is going off to what I want to do next, and I'm not even there yet. All right, so of course, being the season of Christmas stitching with a little bit of sampler stitching is probably what you'll see coming up in my videos. I kind of go the reverse when it's this kind of season. Sorry, itchy nose. And that's okay. But what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to pause this for you guys that want to be a pause, and hopefully I'll be able to link the two videos together. Is I'm going to pause, I'm going to move the camera, and we're going to go over. Please excuse the dust, okay? We're going to go over to the bookshelf, and I'm going to pull them off, and we're going to tell you what they are if I can remember what they are, and we'll start to clear the stitching off of there, so that then I can start to bring out the Christmas stitching and put it up in its place for the season. I like to make my home as festive as I can. I enjoy it. It makes me feel great. My granddaughter loves it, not so much my children. Yeah, they did when they were little. They loved Christmas being everywhere and all through the house, and it was like the movies. But now they've got bigger, I think they understand the work that goes into it now, and they just think I'm crazy for doing it. But it makes me happy, and why not? I love stitching these things. I love putting it together, so why shouldn't I have it all displayed? All right, so bear with me a few seconds and I'll be back. Okay, and we're back. Welcome back, guys. Now, I'm not going to honestly remember. I've sort of stood here for about 10 minutes trying to work out what some of them are, and I cannot remember. These have been stitched over several years. The first one that I got down from up the top here is one that I stitched for my eldest son's 21st. He loves tattoos, into lots of different genres, I guess you would call it. And we were going through Heaven and Earth Designs one day, and he found this. And he loved it, so I stitched it for him. And it is a fire dragon. Now, I haven't checked to see if they still have it on Heaven and Earth Design. This was stitched on I think, yes, 18 count, 2/1 DMC threads. It was framed, but as you know, boys, young men, flatting, things happen. So it's come back to mum with a destroyed frame, and one day I'll get it reframed and fixed up for him. But at the moment, it's safer being left here. And yeah, I really enjoyed stitching this. If he was still, he's not into dragons as much anymore. Like he's, you know, a grown adult now and young child. And he, yeah, if he was, I would have stitched another couple, but oh my gosh, this took me a year. And that was with stitching a few other things, but a lot of time spent on this. I love it. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I will get it reframed for him. Okay, so like I said, bear with me because one, there's lots of dust. Sorry, pop that down and get something. And two, a lot I don't remember. Okay, so dust off, a little bit of cat fur. My pair that I have fully finished from Annie B's. This was out of the first pair designs that she did, and that's so stitched on, and if I remember right, this one was on 36, and that's using the PB 034 from Silks for You. I did use that on these. Finished it myself. But yeah, love them. So we'll pop in. So they're all going into little boxes like this so that the Christmas can then come out on here. Okay, so up on the shelf is from this one, from Blackbird Designs. I stitched this years ago, and I mean years ago. And it's vintage inspiration. I don't know if you can still get it. I think you can. If not, I'm sure Barb or Elma will they'll get it reprinted. Love stitching it though, absolutely fun. So here's one of the little cushions, and I do believe, yes, it looks like 32. Called for colours, absolutely gorgeous. Hello Kitty, she's coming back for another visit, guys. If the table knocks, I do apologise. Okay, so here's another one, and to go with that, oops, is number 2 cushion. Now of course, well, here you go, here's when I stitched it, 2016, so yes, a while ago. And changed it of course to the N for me. But yes, gorgeous, lots of fun to do, and all finished off by me. I love the blue, just worked really well with these. And then the third one that I've stitched out of that book, and it's just finished on board, just sits up there perfectly. There's a little wee sampler, and I think they called it, because there's 2 samplers in the book, and I do need to stitch the other one. This one is called the Scarlet Letters, out of that booklet. But yeah, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, so that's set of 3 that go together. and they're in Vintage Inspirations booklet. Okay, so I'm just going to shuffle along some things. Okay, so like I said, excuse the dust. Oh my gosh. Many years ago, no idea where I got the pattern from. It's probably out of a magazine. Little wee gold butterfly, and these are just finished on curtain rod rings. Just little wee wooden ones, little hanger, and just little backing. So just a neat novelty little wee thing. Let's have a look. And now this one here. Gosh, I probably should have tried to dig out some patterns. I myself am made entirely of floors stitched together with good intentions. Love it. But my gosh, now I can't remember who stitched it. Before I was like, yes, that's da-da-da-da-da. Gone. Maybe I should have had lunch before I filmed this. Should be right. Is it Kathy Barrack? Maybe? Or was it? No, can't remember. I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments, please. But yes, love stitching that. 32 count, just DMC threads. Absolutely gorgeous and fun to stitch. This other little one. Once again, the dust is free, of course. Now this one is a Judd and Privé. That I do know. I did buy it as a PDF. When did I stitch it? I haven't even put a date on this. It definitely goes way back. But cute little wee motifs. Well, put it this way, it has to be, it was done when before my granddaughter was born. I do know that. So we're looking, she's 7 now. What are we, 23, so pre-2016, so probably either 14 or 15, around there roughly, I would say. 32 count. And guys, this just pops out. Absolutely cool little wee frame. But she's just laced on board. And I just sit her in and she just sits up on the back of the bookshelf. She might be a bit big for the little wee box. Okay, what do we got next? So, this little wee one is a little wee needle book. Now, this was from one of the magazines. And I actually had a funny feeling it was hands-on designs. I do have a funny feeling. Within this keep pins and needles, and then on the other side it's so I may stitch while others sleep. And it's supposed to have a little pair of scissors in here, which it did have, but I took them out once. I need to put them back in. But that was just a piece of 32 count that I dyed myself. Just threw some pinks and purples all together and some blues. And absolutely, it's gorgeous little wee one. Just sits up on here. Okay, so then this one here is needle and thread. When starlight fades, I lay them to bed. And once again, I can't remember who it was by. Actually, I think it's Little House Needleworks. I am pretty sure. I can picture the... Yeah, I'm sure it's Little House Needleworks. So it's just a little wee box. It's been painted in the creams. So it's just mounted. I haven't done an edging on it because it's one of those ones that gets open and closed all the time. It's hiding in here is my needles. So we're not going to hide that one in the box because we might need those over the Christmas period. This little guy and his companions. Ooh, so I need the 3. I think I've only got the 3 out here at the moment. Now these were, oh my gosh, I'm seriously guys, these were done years and years ago. And just cute little wee designs. Same picture, different colorway. And then we have the little wee one. Yeah, they're just little things that I've stitched over time. Let's have a look. So this one here is just a spool from a wool spinning wheel. It's just got some bookmark A cloth, and then this little wee one. Gosh, I can't think where I found it. It's in one of the it's either in magazine or it was an Etsy purchase, but I'm pretty sure it was in one of the magazines. And the intention was this was actually going to be made into an ornament. It's never got that far. It is completed. It's all stitched, but I just leave it sitting in my little jewelry box here and just hanging half out so it looks like it's a work in progress with the needle and thread, or thread actually, there's no needle, I did take the needle out, but just the thread, so you know, looks like it's something that should be picked up and worked on. So do love those big long, oh my gosh, everyone does, you know, you see them, big long like sampler things that just all stitching in one colour. Love those, and that was my intention, but this was as far as I got on this one. But I think I will probably take that out and finish that as an ornament at some stage, and then we'll stitch something else on the rest of it. Let's have a look. And this little baby was one of my first pincushions, drums that I did. The little holes you see down here, like that one's quite obvious, and there's another one there. They're claw marks. Yes, from Noisy Kitty, a kitty, who decided that one day to jump up on the bookshelf and push my stuff off and play with it while I was at work one day. So no, not again. So it's just the alphabet. Once again, I cannot remember. I'm so sorry who these were stitched by. They will be on my Instagram because most things I do post on there. But such a cute. It was supposed to be, you know, a long, skinny, framed piece, but no, I actually wanted to do it as a drum. And as you can see, there's a few pins in the top of it. Following Vonna's tutorial, once again. So he goes in there. What else have we got? This one here, count twice, stitch once. Just finished on an do you know what, this was actually a Christmas sign a few years ago. I mean, we're talking, yeah, five years ago, something roughly like that. But it was the perfect size once this was stitched to put this on, and it just sits on a needle at the back of the bookshelf. Who was it stitched by? I believe it's Heartstring Samplery, but don't hold me to that. But if you just type in count twice, stitch once, it will definitely come up. Okay. And then we have another couple that also have the dust on them. Stitched many years ago. Little wee sheep. But they're just so cool in these little wee frames. Absolutely gorgeous. So you can't get rid of them just because they were old, you know, stitched years ago. This one here. Now this is out of one of the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitching magazines, and it was called A Needlewoman's Notes. So I stitched it up and then I stuck it on to what was going to be, and it's now just got bits in it, but it was going to be my book that had you know, what all my patterns listed in it, so I could just, you know, take this with me and stuff. But now there's just too many. I can't. Some of them need about 10 pages by designer. So yeah, she just sits on the bookshelf. When I look at it like this, it's like, oh my gosh. You know, I even had my 2020 stitching goals in here. Here's the, you know, Christmas stitching. what's just a Christmas stitching pattern, and that was back then, and we're a couple of pages. We also got Fancy Ladies, Blackbird designs, Heaven and Earth designs. So all the patterns that I owned way back then, there's definitely a lot more now. And I gave up writing in them. Okay, the other one that's down here, and this was stitched, oh my gosh, get the dust off this one, many years ago. And I definitely cannot remember the pattern name, sorry. It's just a beautiful rose. And you put the box to put it in. And the box is velvet lined. Look at that, there's the dust there. Just beautifully stitched. And they taught us how to do it, how to get it all in there, sealed up. So done. So, just another one of those little wee ones. Sits on the bookshelf. And then let me just check. So right at the bottom shelf, which you can't see, is where all my project bags are full of the current whip projects that I'm started working on, etc. So that when I'm sitting stitching, I can see them, which sometimes is a good thing and sometimes a bad thing. Sometimes it gets you motivated to stitch or oh, I want to work on that one, I want to change whips. But I found that if I hid them in a drawer somewhere, I would stitch on one or two things and not even look at my other ones. So we don't do that anymore. So the last stitched piece, the last stitch piece that is on my bookshelf currently is the ABCDarian series. That I finished this year into its little wee cushions, and they're just sitting, they're actually sitting inside this one, which is inside this one because it's too deep otherwise. But this way they fitted better in this one, but yet they look better on the shelf in the brown. But love these, absolutely love these. 40 count, usually called for specialty flosses and some DMCs. So that is what is on my bookshelf. Now, if I just sneak it over here, if I can get it to unhook, over here is one of my little wee bird cages. And in here is two little wee cushions. Oops, and they're going to fall over. Which has, find the other hook, two little wee butterfly designs that has been stitched by me. I can't remember who they were by, and I've probably got the pattern somewhere, but who knows. And so a dark vision and a light vision, and they just sit in the cage with the candle. So this will be changed out to some Christmassy stuff for the season, and then hang back up over there. I'm just trying to think what else there is. It's here that needs to be seen. Hold on, bear with me. Right. No, I think that is it. I mean, I have my scissors. I have, you know, my sampler, some sampler books, and definitely recommend everybody should have a copy of this from Brenda. K's. Love it, absolutely love it. Great for just adding any little extras that you might need to. But that's sitting on their bookshelf too. So this, all the rest of this will all be packed up. We'll give it a good dust this afternoon, and then I will start the Christmas coming out in here. So you will see some more Christmas stitching. It's all in bigger containers than this, ready to come. And I've got a big hope chest full of other Christmas stitching too that will come out. So it's kind of a bit higgledy-piggledy, but thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you'll be able to link these two together, and then I will get the Christmas stitching sorted, the other Christmas stuff up and displayed or down, and can show you those, and then I will film another video. It probably won't be today, I don't think, but I'll get it all ready for maybe in a short period of time. So thank you very much. Happy stitching, guys. Just remember, one stitch at a time will get your samplers done. It will get your ornaments done. It'll get any of your stitching done. Doesn't matter whether you're a slow stitcher or a fast stitcher. It will happen. And then you'll have lots of things to display and share and love. Just like we all do. Love this hobby, and it's one that keeps me sane most of the time. Okay, so thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.